What's up, guys? I don't know if any of you guys have ever checked out any of my videos on Ancestry.com, which is a website I highly recommend if you're looking for someone. I woke up one morning wanting to find my biological dad. I have never known him. He was never a part of my life. He left when I was a baby. So I check out Ancestry.com at the age of 50. The age of 50, I want to know where my dad is at, hoping that one day that time would come where I'd be able to hopefully sit down with him and just talk with him. Unfortunately, see, my dad today would be the age of 76, but my dad died at the age of 54. Now, in one of the other videos, I said that my dad died of an accident. Well, that's not true. I have actually found out the truth behind how he had died. And this came directly from the funeral home that he was laid out in. My dad died from blockage in his heart. And because he had died at such a young age, with me turning 50, that had some red flags, because my dad was diabetic. I'm also diabetic. I have 3 sisters that are diabetic. We inherited that from him, which led me to go to get checked out. I started to feel fatigued. I was not having the energy that I once had, and I was always just tired. I just could fall asleep anywhere. It didn't matter where it was at. I go get checked out to find out that my aortic valve was bad. So I've had a heart murmur since childbirth. The heart murmur never left. They say that when you're born, a lot of times the heart murmur will vanish and you'll have just that regular heartbeat. Well, because I had a bad aortic valve that never left, it stayed with me up until the age I am now at 50 years old. Now, back in the 60s, when I was born, they never disclosed that there was any problems whatsoever. Maybe they didn't have the right technology, I don't know, but my mother tells me that it's just something that, they never said anything. I didn't know that you had a heart murmur. So this led me to go and get checked out to find out that I had a bad aortic valve, and that's what was causing the fatigue, the tiredness. So the reason why I'm bringing this up is because if I hadn't gone to Ancestry.com to try to find my biological dad, I may not be here today. Okay? It actually saved my life. That's how I look at it. Because of the condition of my valve, it was just a matter of time. So I possibly could have had the same problem that my dad had died from. So Ancestry.com, the way I look at it, saved my life. It saddened me to know that my dad had died at 54. To not ever to have that opportunity to, sit down with him and just talk to him, to get maybe a new start on something that could have been. Unfortunately, y'all, there are so many kids that grow up without having either a father figure, possibly not having a mother figure, and or you have a lot of cases where they don't have either. I, for one, have grown without having a father figure in my life. So hats off to Ancestry.com. I highly recommend it. It was super easy to get the information that I needed. It's legitimate information that you receive. How it worked for me was when I put in all the information, one of the most important things of putting in would be a social security number. Now, if you have that, that'll speed things up, which I did. My mother still has the marriage certificate when they were married back in the 60s, which on that certificate had all the information that I needed. It came up right away, deceased. And I at first had a hard time with that, thinking, oh, wow, okay. It not only brought up all the information on my dad, it also brought up pictures of his gravesite. It also gave me the information on where he's buried. It gave me the information of what funeral home laid him out. I then called this funeral home, telling them my situation. And because this is something that happened 20 some years ago, they were able to go into their files and they gave me the information I needed. Not only that, but they had actually sent me a copy of his death certificate. I bring this up because Ancestry.com, in my opinion, saved my life. If I had never found out that how my dad had died, or possibly had never found him, I may not be here today. So I'm so thankful to Ancestry.com for providing the services that they provide. And I'm standing here before you nice and healthy. All right, so just wanted to share that with y'all. If there's anybody you guys are looking for, if you want to learn more about your family tree, and I did a little bit of that, and it took me back into the 1800s, started to go into the 1700s, and I kind of let it go at that. But it's pretty interesting because it tells you what different family members in your family tree did for a living. It's pretty interesting stuff, y'all. So if you're looking for somebody, if you just want to know more about your family, if you want to know if you're Irish, if you got more Irish in you, or if you're, whatever origin you may be, Ancestry.com can help you with that. And that's usually through it's either a urine or a blood sample, and they could help you to figure out if you're half Chinese, half Indian, half whatever. They can do that for you. So hats off to Ancestry.com. I'm so thankful to have had that service, and I'm going to end this video on that. And I hope you guys all have a great evening, great day, whatever it is.